Sex and the City 2 takes self-absorption in front of and behind the camera to new levels. The comedy represents all of the worst stereotypes of Americans at home and abroad. It's an amazingly tone-deaf film with the audacity to pat the nation's mothers on the head when two of the wealthy characters bemoan the weight of parenting without a nanny. The inessential sequel to Cats and Dogs arrives 9 years after the original. As the title suggests, Cats and Dogs, The Revenge of Kitty Galore is a lame spy movie parody with talking animals. Does it recycle all the tired cliches one expects? You bet. The Nutcracker in 3D is just a dull, badly conceived, effects-heavy adaptation of the classic ballet rather than the amusingly terrible movie its hideous poster suggested. Still, it does have Nathan Lane playing Einstein, or someone suspiciously close to him, and a toy holocaust that is sure to horrify any kids with the bad luck to see it. The Warrior's Way mashes up genres and styles in an unlikely and catastrophic manner. Imagine a martial arts western as directed by a Prozac-addled Jean-Pierre Jeunet. Even late-arriving ninjas can't save it. The hugely off-putting teensploitation comedy The Virginity Hit purports to be a documentary about a hateful group of friends seeking to document the last of the bunch having sex for the first time. The premise itself isn't drastically different from other teen sex comedies. What makes it truly insufferable is the conceit that these are real home videos of adolescent shenanigans. The Z-grade horror film The Black Waters of Echo's Pond looks and plays like a cheap knockoff found in the DVD bargain bin, then at a multiplex. A despicable group of young, bland, and obnoxious friends are stuck on an island playing an evil board game that predictably leads to most being killed. Murky visuals and numerous scenes reliant on ponderous dialogue show every bit of the low budget on screen. The adaptation of the graphic novel Jonah Hex was the most ineptly made major studio film of the year. Disfigured anti-hero Josh Brolin can resurrect and speak with the dead for a few moments, but making the film comprehensible at all is beyond his or anyone else's powers. French provocateur Gaspar Noé's Enter the Void is artistically indulgent in the worst ways. This psychedelic, first-person perspective of a young drug dealer's death, voyage into the hereafter, and rebirth bludgeons the viewer with technique. The floating camera work makes watching Enter the Void like seeing a sexed-up 2.5-hour loop of the old Dolby Digital Broadway promo while on heavy depressants and hallucinogens. Trash Humpers from cinematic agitator Harmony Korine is a tiresome example of shock for shock's sake, shot on VHS and edited to resemble a weird, grubby found videotape. It's a bunch of performance art nonsense with the director and others in old people masks, humping garbage and vandalizing. The most notorious film of 2010, at least among cinephiles on the internet, was also the year's worst. The Human Centipede entices the adventurous with the promise of a repulsive display that begs to be seen, but fails in its delivery of gory one-upmanship and mostly bores. Being disreputable is the Human Centipede's only distinguishing characteristic, even if in this case its offenses have been overhyped to Barnum-esque proportions successfully enough that a sequel is in the works.